Hey, what's going on? Matt Morris, leadwithmatt.com. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to talk about activity and results today as an entrepreneur. So as you guys pop on, let me know in the comments below where you're tuning in from. And if you're watching this live, drop me a live in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, drop me a replay in the comments. And listen, if you are watching me for the first time, seeing me on a live here, drop me a 1 in the comments. And if you do feel this can add some value to some others and you share it, let me know in the comments so I can give you a shout out here. And let's talk about this. One of the biggest blessings that I have had is my first 5 years in business. And my first 5 years in business, I was a massive failure, struggled mightily. And I don't know if you can relate with this, but during that journey, it was incredibly frustrating. I mean, beyond frustrating, because a number of things were happening. Number one, I was paralyzed with activity. I couldn't seem to get myself to go take action because I didn't have the confidence inside to move me forward. And the little actions that I did take were not very fruitful. I did not experience a lot of results. And so I beat myself up in a big way. And I don't know if you've ever felt like just hiding, curling up in the fetal position, but there's so many times that I felt that way. And, you know, just internally, especially as a man wanting to produce, having a desire to go produce and not being able to produce was incredibly frustrating. And so thankfully, I had enough foresight to go seek out mentors, get education, learn things. And as I learned and my expertise increased, my confidence increased, that increased my actions. And I had, you know, just a philosophy that what you invest in your mind will fill up your wallet. Someone told me that a long time ago, and I said, you know what, that makes sense. I am going to be a success regardless of my current results. I'm going to make it happen. So if I happen to go in debt, that's going to be okay because I know I'm going to come out the other side. And I will tell you, there is something that I'm going to suggest you do with your results and something I suggest you do with your activity. See, here's what I believe is true. I believe that you need to be patient with your results, okay? Because what happens is if you're not patient with your results, you end up sabotaging yourself. You end up getting into then you can't do it if you're not patient with your results. Sometimes you can't control the results that you're experiencing. It's kind of like going to the gym. Now, I went to the gym today, and I know by me going to the gym today, I'm not going to have some, you know, transformation in my body. But I also know that as I go every single day over the course of the last few years, I stay in great shape. Right? I never get overweight. I have transformed my body in a big way. Why? Because I was patient with my results because I realized it was going to take some consistent effort over time. There's no overnight formula. I've not seen anyone in the entrepreneurial world that I know personally go from nothing to millionaire in a day. Nothing to millionaire in a week, nothing to millionaire in a month. It just doesn't happen. So you're going to have to be patient with your results because your results are not something you can control in the beginning. In fact, in the beginning, it lays the foundation. They try to dig a really deep foundation. So my advice to you is learn to be patient with your results. And if you're an impatient person like me, it's hard to do. So here's where you can be impatient. Be very impatient with your activity. Your activity you can control, okay? So that's something that if you are impatient with your activity, if you control your activity over the course of time, eventually you'll get to where you change your results and you'll get good enough to where you can control your results. Because what happens is as you develop mastery in your field, let's talk about network marketing since that's where, you know, most of my my followers are in the network marketing profession. What happens is being able to control your results, it's like flipping a switch. When you get mastery, because you've been around, you've been doing it long enough, you learn to say the right thing to the right person at the right time. You learn and you understand what you need to go do specifically to make money. You understand the nuances of leadership development. And so I know that I can create momentum in an organization. Why? Because I've been doing it long enough. I was patient with my results for long enough to get mastery. Then I got mastery, the results started to happen, and then I could actually control my results. But you've got to go through that learning curve in the beginning. And so that's my biggest piece of advice for you today is be patient with your results, be impatient with your activity. See, if you're overweight, you can go work out every single day. You can go work out 5 days a week. You can work out 3 days a week. But what happens is you go to the gym a couple times and you don't see the transformation, and you think your subconscious lies to you. And it's like, oh, it doesn't work anyway. You make excuses. You lie to yourself like, oh, well, I'm just big boned. There's no such thing as big boned, okay? You make up lies like, oh, it's genetic. It's not genetic. It's the fact that you don't take consistent action long enough, and you don't stop shoving crap food in your face, okay? If you do those things, you'll lose weight. But when you start taking the right actions, you got to be patient long enough to go get the results by being impatient with your activity. And the lies that we tell ourselves in network marketing or in business is that I'm not cut out for it. That's a lie that you use to hold yourself back. And it's a lie that you tell yourself so you don't have to step out of your comfort zone, so you can stay lazy, so you can keep watching TV or numbing yourself out, scrolling through Facebook all day long for 2 hours a day and looking at other people's lives versus taking action yourself, okay? So we lie to ourselves. Realize that you are lying when that starts to happen. How do I know this is true? Because it's exactly what I told myself for a long period of time, that I'm not good enough, I'm not old enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not a good public speaker, I'm bad communicator. All of these things I told myself, and all of those things were a lie. None of that was true. I was not too young, because there's other people who are young who've succeeded in a big way. There's other people who are bad communicators who figured it out and they succeeded in a big way as well. So eliminate the excuses, be patient with your results, be impatient with your activity. And that, my friends, will lead you to a life that is pretty remarkable. I mean, if you just stick it out long enough, and network marketing as an example, being able to have a residual income that comes in whether you work or not, being able to not have to fight traffic to and from work every day, to be able to not have to wake up to a blaring alarm clock every day, to be able to do something that you are passionate about, something that fulfills you, something that allows you to make an impact in the lives of others instead of just collecting a paycheck. Because when you get that paycheck, whether it's a paycheck or it's a direct deposit in your account, you got to look at that and seriously ask yourself, is that all I'm worth? I mean, I had about 24 different jobs, and there were so many times when I looked at what I was earning and I had to ask myself, is that really all I'm worth? I know I've got to be worth more than this. And my friend, you are worth way more than what you're being paid in a job, okay? There's no limit to the amount of income that you can earn if you're willing to go get mastery in your field. Go become an expert in your field, be an authority in your field, develop the leadership skills that are necessary to influence other people. And when you get that, it's the ticket. I mean, you can literally write your own future. You can travel all around the world. You can be a blessing in other people's lives. You can have amazing cars, amazing homes, take amazing vacations. All of that is possible, but you got to be willing to stick it out long enough until the results kick in. So listen, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the hearts and the likes. If you feel like this can add some value to some others, you feel free to hit the share button. Let me know if you do in the comments so I can give you a shout out. And if you want some advanced training, hop over to leadwithmatt.com. I'll show you some strategies that I've used over the last 24 years that have allowed me to build an organization that's grown to over 1 million customers and create an incredible level of time and money freedom. Thanks again for tuning in. Go make life an adventure. Take care.